We are nearly 30 hours in this arc, and it's taken 4 months because I apparently can't keep a schedule due to life and other things. But we are here at the end of the first proper arc of the Nightmare Detectives, and what a incredible experience it's been. Nearly 20,000 total listens since we started, and we're actually on the final arc in our campaign in real time now, so it's kind of crazy. I am hoping that I will have these put out very quickly now. We'll see, but I just wanted to drop in and say thank you. Thank you very much for taking such a risk on this project by listening to it and investing your time into it, by just trusting in the process and embracing Sturgeon in the way that you guys have, and to all of our Patreons who are just so ravenous for the content whenever we put it out in early access. They are a few episodes ahead now. And to all of you who are recommended by the Dark Somnium, and thank you to the Dark Somnium for sponsoring us and also putting his name out there when he shares this. Thank you to our incredible group who we play with every single week. This is not possible without them. And I think that's it. I think no mid-break today. Gonna let this one just play itself out. One of my favorite closes to any episode we'd done it to this point. And then after that, we've got a nice little interlude, and we're back in with the next arc, and I'm very excited to see what to show you. Without further ado, I present to you the finale of the Hotel Inertia arc, Claire de Lune. The scene when we rejoin the Nightmare Detectives, well, it's damaging in the simplest of terms. In the last 30 minutes, you've all come to a pretty uncomfortable truth. And I like to think that people all around the world eventually have this realization. And it's that you can't leave anything behind in your memories, in your history. You can certainly try to bury it, but there is an inevitability to things. And if you don't handle them, and if you don't deal with them, well, they eventually resurface in some pretty unsettling ways. The gang have just encountered death itself. And to put that mildly, it's a terrifying prospect when anyone is confronted with death. And I think everybody was shocked at the reveal of the gravediggers, of who was under the masks and the plans, but the person with the rawest deal, as it has been for the last 10 to 15 sessions, is Jericho. Because while you were all grieving and had the privilege to kind of let your emotions overtake you, Jericho Branch had to steel himself and had to go out, pistols at dawn, or at dusk in this case, and take the life of his closest friend, Dennis Rowe, realizing as the scene restarts, grieving with Nishandra and Kruger on either side of him as they hold their dead friend, that only one of the bullets in Dennis Rowe's gun was actually firing. To borrow a famous phrase, the game had been rigged from the start. And we had a note at the end of the session reminding you that there is still some unfinished business. And it is the looming threat that has been following you throughout the Hotel Inertia since you entered its doors. It is that of the Concierge, who reminds you with some degree of urgency that you all have a meeting up on the roof. And there was one thing I didn't factor in when we were finishing our session, just because of how long it was. But there was a very simple and, I would argue, efficient quote at the bottom of the note. And it was a quote from Alan Watts, famous philosopher, which was essentially, memento mori, be mindful of death. And I think you're all, pretty exhausted as the final rays of the sun set on the judicial building known as the Court of the Order of the Moths. And we're going to fast forward a couple of hours. So everybody's harm goes back to 0, and you've all had a chance to reflect before you leave this floor. Let's start with Jericho. Where do you think you'd be right now in relation to this floor in this building?
Jericho would still be probably sitting right now, and kind of head down, staring at his palms, still contemplating what happened in the previous couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Still trying to come to terms with not only did he just kill his own friend, his friend that didn't wanted Jericho to live more than himself, and kind of just in this moment, like stop, like trying to do his best to not look how furious he is. He's breathing heavy. He's silently he's flipping the chambers of the pistol. He's silently trying to whistle his mother's lullaby, just trying to keep it together for on the outside, but internally just being an absolute mess.
Yeah. Is anyone with you?
At this point, with the 2 hours passing, I want to say that I'm still in proximity of the group, or other people. I don't really know what's happened with, say, the instant body, what Nish and Kruger are doing.
Well, it's interesting you said that.
He's doing his best to sort of stay in his little bubble right now.
Okay. It's interesting you said that, because that's actually what we're going to be addressing. It's been a couple of hours, as we said, and Kruger comes over and sees you sitting. I'm going to say you're probably by the balcony. Probably just sitting, chilling. The rest of the gang are elsewhere, as we'll figure out in a minute. And he leans over the railing and says, "It's not your first time losing someone, is it, Jericho?"
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's different though when you're the one that kills them, and hella different when you're the one that kills them on purpose. Then there's another level there that hurts more when you find out that they chose your life over their own. It's a lot to mentally unpack right now. I want to scream. I want to yell. I just want to... Maybe even internally I want to kill something else. But right now, I need to be better in my emotions, in my urges. I need to channel this into something that can make It doesn't have to make sense. It just has to make things feel better without hurting someone else to make it happen.
Well, then I think you're gonna find what happens next pretty agreeable. We know you guys haven't got a lot of time, and frankly, the longer we put this off, the more unsettling it's gonna be. There's someone that wants to see you guys, and when you're done, meet us at the doors. We're going to the Elysian Fields. That is where wizards and witches go to be buried. And, typical Dennis, but he had instructions ready. So, he wants you to be the one to send his body off. So I guess your wish to yell, scream, and cause some mayhem is going to be honored, my friend. And I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thanks, Cougar. So.
Yeah, no problem, bud. He pats you on the back, and he gets ready to leave and says, everyone else is they're in the waiting room. I think Lily is just getting some things prepped. We'll wait for you if you need a minute. Do you need me to call anyone over?
The moment Jericho's going to like flip the chamber of the pistol one last time and take a deep breath to compose himself and stand up. No, I think if we're about to have to go where I think we're going, I'd rather just see everyone all at once. No need for one-on-ones right now. Maybe after. Maybe in a happier time.
Okay. Where do you think you're going, Jericho?
Are we not going to confront the concierge?
No, you will be doing that after this. This is a scene that we have to do. There is someone else that wants to see all of you. And then you will do the funeral. Well, actually, I'm gonna put that to a vote, but it's probably better to do the funeral before the concierge. But hey, that's your call. But yeah, does anyone want to take a guess at who wants to see you?
Paint Gunkerson?
Wouldn't that be something? No.
Madam?
No. So you go back in, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. For the sake of brevity, because I imagine everyone else was just relaxing and dealing with their own internalized grief, and y'all are going to be talking with each other in the interlude, so we'll skip ahead. You've all been through a lot of shit, and I think it's a very muted affair for all of you, but everyone else is just getting on with things. It's almost like nothing has changed. As Nolan sits with you all, silently, stoically, until Lily comes over and says, all right, he's ready to see you now. Same courtroom you were in before, but don't worry. No one's on trial now. Go right ahead. And you all walk in, and Grand Magister Coriolanus is standing in the center of the room, waiting for you. Which I imagine is a bit of a shock for everybody who saw him get, not necessarily cleaved into, but he was royally fucked up. And he bows and says, well, I appreciate that You all will have some questions. And I thought it prudent to give you some answers before you departed. This is your chance if you want to know what's going on, how that happened. He is gonna be your little source of information. So, who wants to go first?
Jericho step forward, and of course, bow to the Grand Magister.
And he nods.
Sir, where's Nautilus?
Nautilus is untraceable. We knew he was planning a deception, but we had no idea the extent of it. Jericho, you know better than most that there are many kinds of magics in this world. Being undetected is an advanced version, but one nonetheless. However, if you are looking to seek him, I think that would be a mistake at your current abilities. He will find you when the time is right.
I understand that, and you'll have to forgive me, sir, but you and the rest of the mob allowed him to do everything he did, to carry out his twisted experiments, to use the name of the organization for his own ends, and now he's just gone. I haven't shaken my faith in the original doctrines of the moth that I've grown with. But in the current state, well, it's hard to have much faith in the establishment.
He frowns and says, "You have every right to think that, and I understand. And when this is over, I would like you to meet with me, all of you, because I think it will help explain things visually if I show you why we let Nautilus do what he did. However, there is not enough time for that right now. But I ask you, Jericho, to hold judgment and keep your faith. There is logic behind what we did, just as there is logic behind how I survived, despite looking to the rest of you like I had been slain."
I very much hope so. But you're going to tell me now that same that logic that magic applied to everyone else who was actually slain, to Robin, Tent City, everyone at the communication tower.
He looks at you and says, "Jericho, Tent City... No, I will not shirk responsibility. We bear responsibility, and there will be payment, as there has already been. Jericho, Dennis did not just die to protect you. He bears responsibility for what happened here. He made that choice, asking for your forgiveness. I must inquire. Has he achieved it? Have we achieved it yet?"
we may tap. What's done is done. Can't undo the past. We never find forgiveness in the future, but sin is acted, and from that, the moth is acted, and for choosing that instead of inaction, you have my respect at the very least.
We will be available to assist in the coming days and months, Jericho. But before you leave, I have a gift. And he clicks his fingers as a creature walks into view from behind him. It is a very large Galapagos tortoise, excuse me. It is like the same size as Jimmy's entire torso. It moves very slowly, very methodically, and it bobs its head in a very rhythmic and pleasant fashion as the Magister smiles and offers him a bay leaf. And he pets his head and says, "This is Malachi, and he has a very particular gift. Not only can he provide tarot cards befitted to each person, each one has within it a prediction and a latent power. It is one of the moth's grandest secrets, and as a token of trust, we would like to impart it to each of you, if you would step forward one by one and accept." And obviously you could say no, but I don't think anybody will. Let's have Big Man. Let's have Jimmy go first.
Alright, Jimmy will step forward towards the tortoise.
Okay, give me, yeah, no, just give me a weird roll. Let's everyone have a weird roll. Keep it simple, because it is magic. Alright, Jimmy with the 11. Okay, so he hides inside his shell. Oh, whoa, everyone. Oh, Jesus, okay. Alright, guys. Calm down. He goes inside his shell, and you hear a rummaging, and he pops back out with a tarot card, and it is the tarot card for strength. And it shows 2 Sasquatches pulling apart an enemy with their bare hands. And their free hand is united in a grip together, like a friendship grip. Literally like the scene from, Predator? It's like, "You son of a bitch." Like that. It's like that. It's pretty cool. You don't know what the creature is upon looking at it, Jimmy. But on the back of it, it says, "Your strength has led you to many remarkable places, and it has also dropped you into the deepest pits of loneliness. One day soon, you will have the opportunity to go home. But will you have the strength to make the right choice?" And the latent power will reveal itself whenever. We don't know that yet.
Alright, Jimmy will take the card, put it in his pocket, and step back.
Okay. Let's have Flebs next.
Okay.
Okay, Flebs, you rolled an 11. Wow, beautiful roll. Okay, Flebs, you got the Hermit. And it is the image of an individual opening a door, like in a little cottage, like Hobbiton sort of thing. A beautiful house. And it is surreptitiously opening it as a skeletal hand beckons. And the other hand has a scythe in it. And the prediction says, "You have been blessed with remarkable insight yet you are still unable to see the greatest secret under your nose. When you learn the truth, what will become of you?
Gary.
Okay. Next up is Margot. Okay, Margot, you got an 8.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
We have no weird.
That's okay.
Weird.
Typically, Margot, you got the lovers. And it is a creature in the clouds with like a heavenly visage, not like an angel, not like the fallen. It's not Callista. It's just I don't want this theory to blossom. It is a creature, and you recognize it as a siren, and it is it looks like it's blessing on first look. It looks like it's blessing all the young men beneath it, but you know it's not. And behind it in the sun is a woman in midair about to stab it. And it says, "Your life is defined in its past only by love. Your life in its present is desired your life in its present is defined only by hatred. What will your future be defined by? Soon you will come to a crossroads and you will make that choice." Next up is Callista, who is the only one who's not rolled. Wow, so cool, so trendy, so bougie.
I'm in my Google Docs typing so fucking fast.
Oh my goodness, yeah, no.
I'm capturing all these cool quotes that you're doing.
You mean the ones I'm making up on the spot? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. What?
I am. No, the thing is, I know what they are. All I'm doing is taking story beats and trying to make them cryptic.
Yeah. No,
all right, Callista.
You guys are amazing.
All right, Callista, you got an 8. What would Callista get on an 8? Well, let me ask you this, because there's a couple. So I haven't asked this to anyone else because it's been obvious. What do you think Callista's tarot card would be? It's not going to influence my decision. I'm just curious.
I don't even know.
I mean, isn't there like a death card?
Callista, you get 2 cards.
Oh, special.
Fancy.
Get absolutely wrecked.
Oh my god, Callista.
Oh my god, bestie.
So.
Oh my god.
Why does she get 2?
Why does she get
yeah,
2 cards? Everyone else gets 1. Such main character
Slay.
syndrome. Oh my
You guys
god.
are fucking
We
toxic.
get it. She's the main character. Like Jesus. All right.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Guys, stop.
I just got 1.
Imagine if one of
I
them.
say it.
You see, I said 2, and imagine if one of them is like a Chinese takeout like coupon, and the other one's just a joker. There's nothing. Yeah, see? Don't be so quick to judge me. You don't know me. You don't know me.
Mocked by enough of these.
Okay, so one of them is death. And it is Lady Death, unsurprisingly, on the front, standing over the bodies of several hunters, which might look a little bit like you guys. Weeping under a black sun with a red circlet around it, bathing the whole image in a sickly crimson. And you get the impression of something else going on in the image, but it's gonna have to come to another time on an 8. Nevertheless, the other card's the devil. And yet, when you look at it, Callista, you know it's no demon you've ever seen. It is a creature, again, you will have to look, maybe talk to Flebs about it, maybe look at the archives, but it is something completely unlike the devil. And it has chains wrapped around several winged creatures. On the back of the devil card, it says, everybody has a sin, and everybody must pay the price for their sinning. All debts are eventually repaid. All action has a reaction. And every door must eventually close. And then on the death card, it simply says, nobody lives forever. Memento Mori.
Okay.
How does Callista feel about that?
Not great. Yeah, I feel like, you know, I feel like as she's reading them, she definitely has like a sort of disturbed look on her face that she's kind of trying to like shudder, like keep to herself. But she definitely doesn't let anybody else see the cards that she has.
No, I don't think
Even
any
if
of you have
they're-
shared yet. I would assume none of you have shared. Which is fine.
She's like keeping them like visibly to herself.
No, that's fine. I'm going to have Wendy and Endicott roll as well, because, well, reasons. But yeah, that's fair enough. And Jericho, you got an 11, right? I think you got an 11? Okay.
You got 13.
Oh, 13, okay.
No, Jericho got a 13, yeah.
Okay, so Wendy rolls a 13. And she gets the star. And it is a little girl with her hair tied up in bunches. And it's a back view of her sitting in a hoodie on top of a roof in a little suburban cul-de-sac. The dead of night, staring up at a twinkling star. And she's reaching out to it with a hand that is turning into a claw. And it says, you do not have to be defined by the shackles that were once upon you. However, you need to be aware of the ones that someone is trying to put on you now. Your future is undetermined. One fight will change everything. And Endicott rolled a 9. And yeah, Endicott got the tower. And it is Sturgeon, completely in flames, buildings destroyed, a strange red and black sun in the sky, monsters just descending on the town, and Endicott standing in the middle of it all, holding up his staff with a huge, powerful light that's arcing up. And in the distance, this is like a pretty complex of all of them so far design, and in the distance you can see there's something in the clouds moving. And on the back it simply says, you cannot save them all. Which obviously none of you will know that yet, but that is the same turn of phrase that Nell gave you at the end of the first arc. So, and that leaves Mr. Branch. And Jericho, typical Jericho, for Jericho's arc, rolled a 13. Highest roll of anybody. And sure enough, you get 2 cards. And the first one is the world. And it depicts an individual completely genderless, completely formless, except for the humanoid shape, and they are blackened, head to toe. Standing in a circle with an Ouroboros serpent devouring around them. And several symbols all around the sides that you don't recognize. Jericho, what do you think the other tarot card would be that represents Jericho best? Aside from the magician.
That was going to be my guess.
Of course it was. It could still be.
You have a good point.
But is there anything
also,
else?
in canon, as Jericho got 2 cards, he kind of slyly looked back at Callista. Like,
No, you know what you should have done is gotten a deck of cards and pulled out another one and gone, hey, Callista, I got 3. I feel like Callista would have been like a little girl, like a little child, been like, I want 3 now.
No, both of hers were depressing. She's cool not having another one.
Fair enough. Yeah. What do you think?
In canon, I think Jericho would guess the magician for the second one.
It's the moon. A card of warning. It is actually very simple. It is a huge luminous moon with almost like in an eclipse, and a hand reaching around behind it. And on the back of the moon, it says, soon everything will become clear, and I'm sorry. And on the world, it says, find the obsidian pillar. It is almost time. Beware the fractals. Beware the void. Beware death.
Does Jericho read that out loud, or?
None of you read it out loud unless you want to. Otherwise, these are all kept private. You can handle these in the interlude as well, just to say. You do not need to read these out loud now. You can read yours out loud if you want. Endicott and Wendy definitely don't. But certainly, if anyone asks, I'm sure they would share them.
No. Jericho doesn't read his out loud either, especially
okay.
The world. The last line just kind of makes him take a quick double take at Callista and Flebs, and just kind of put the card to pocket, not really saying anything else about it.
Okay. Well, with that, the Magister bows and says, I know you have a great battle ahead, and if you wish to handle that business, we will wait for the funeral. Mr. Branch, Jericho, I leave that choice to you and to your friends. So it's entirely your call as a group. I figure you'll want to deal with the concierge first, but it won't have any consequence. I'm not going to be like, oh, you missed the funeral. There was cake and balloons, and you'll missed it. You know, it's your call.
We're not going to get FOMO from this.
Oh,
no. No.
That was my
FOMO.
biggest worry, was the FOMO.
Yeah, seriously.
I hate missing out on parties.
So what do you want to do?
Jimmy is going to defer to Jericho's decision.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think this one's your
Yeah.
call.
Mm-hmm.
Callista agrees.
Flebs will go with the flow.
We'll be by your side either way.
As always, since y'all met each other. Yeah, he tips his hat to him. Thank y'all for always having my back. Before making a choice, though, Jericho will turn back to Grand Magistrate and ask, and will state, I was told there'd be pretty big consequences for.
Sorry.
There'll be pretty big consequences for removing the concierge. What happens? Not if, but when we come back after we kill her.
When you remove the concierge, you are removing a seal on Sturgeon. I apologize for this, but to tell you now would ill prepare you for the battle. You recall I said that things were done in logic and with good reason. This is one of those things that you need to do for good reason. And when you return, I will tell you everything. I will say this, however. The hotel will survive. We will find a way.
Jericho look back to the group. That's enough reason for me. And the rest of you.
Very well. Then I wish you all the best. And I would advise you to take student Wizard Endicott with you. I suppose student is the wrong word. I've been here for so long, everyone's a student, but Endicott would be good for you while you are understanding your gifts.
That's it. That's a call for my old master to make. He's basically seen me through every little shitstorm we've gone across since being in the hotel. I can't make that choice for him. And then he'll look in the card for his answer.
Endicott, I think Endicott wants to try and do something funny, but sees the kind of gravity of his card, and he takes a deep breath and says, I've watched over you since you were but a wee thing. If you want me there, my son, I will be there. So I guess that's it. Y'all have made your decisions. So, before we go up to the rooftop, does anyone have any unfinished business? Anything they want to do? You will get a chance afterwards, obviously, but just making sure.
Is there anything else to do here?
I don't know. Just in case you want to talk to anybody, or I'd like to always make sure I give you the option.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, no. Let's go kill stuff.
I think we're all like, well, I don't want to speak for anyone else, but at least Callista is kind of solemn in the events of like everything that happened, and then also the cards. So I think she's ready to move forward, and so they can actually start putting it behind them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Jimmy would just like to point out real fast though that we do not have to kill the concierge.
Oh.
Yes, a beating is in order. I agree wholeheartedly.
That's right.
Are you saying that in character?
Yes.
Magister
Yes,
looks at
Jimmy.
you and says, that is not correct. I'm sorry, but no. For as long as the concierge lives, they can still come through. I realize this is... And he kind of looks away and he's obviously frustrated, and he says, I will be brief. Right now, you have dealt with many threats. And I understand we were one of them. And now you have the gravediggers. they are not the greatest threat to Sturgeon. There are things far more deadly. If you imagine an ocean, and you think of the sharks that inhabit certain waters, and you go deeper, there are greater things lurking beneath the depths, things beyond understanding, ageless, powerful things that have always been and always will be. Detectives, your Madam Nell Lockwood knows fully of what I speak. There are creatures that you must never allow to walk free. And that concierge represents one of them.
Alright, never mind then. I guess we're killing her.
I will tell you more when you have returned, but the concierge, if I know her, will agree with me, strange as that may be. So, at that moment, I guess y'all get on the elevator and we'll put it in a waiting room for a minute while we wait for Jericho.
Whew. Some very ominous things on the horizon, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Also, Lucy, can you do us a solid and put the all the tarot card information into the character info tab, please?
I can. 1 second.
Oh, no rush. Doesn't have to be now, but yeah. Thank you.
Thankfully, all I have to do is copy and paste.
Ah.
Oh, except it's too long. Hold on. I'm splitting it into 2 messages.
And how does everybody feel about their tarot cards?
Feels fine.
Uneasy.
No, Flebs is
Yeah,
worried about it.
uneasy. Uneasy is a good word. I mean, that's sort of exactly what I've been struggling with. So yeah.
This will not be helping Callista's upcoming existential crisis. But I feel like you knew that.
Maybe might have done. I might have known something about it.
Well, all the cards are there. This is why I was typing really fast.
Understandable. Oh, poor Trevin.
Honestly, though, I don't know how to react to my tarot card.
No? I suppose it is a bit of a concern.
Yeah.
The way I was picturing... Well, no, just the way I was picturing Jimmy's backstory and stuff, right? Like, after we had the whole little scene where I was in front of the council about, you know, spending time with regular humans and stuff, and they were going to be teleported away to, you know, who knows where, no one could find them. I feel like Jimmy would have been, you know, like, well, you know, if, you know, they don't want him, he don't want them. But, so the going home part, I mean, is kind of, well, it could be different too. I could be interpreting too. Yeah, I mean, they're tarot cards, so the interpretation is, you know, out there. But we'll see. I'll have to see what happens with this.
Now, I imagine it would be a conflicting feeling for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I imagine that sucks to some degree.
all right. I mean, we'll just have to wait and see. They do say home is where the heart is.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have to wait and see what happens.
Oh, come on, Trevin.
Flebs is feeling stupid.
Why?
There's something right in front of him that he can't see.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Aw.
driving him crazy. He can't.
Yeah, that's
He
understandable.
can't think of what it is, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll find out, hopefully.
Yeah. Any no ideas at the moment? Oh, there's Trevor. There he is.
No, I have no idea.
Yay, Trevin.
Welcome
Alright.
back.
Unbelievable. Well, at least it wasn't during the boss fight. Looks like I made the right choice doing a
Yeah, I think so.
pre-scene, huh? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Let me get up my lovely mid journey. Because I have the image ready for you. So, yeah, y'all are going up. So you open the doors, and standing there, waiting for you, is Mueller. And he looks a little bit sheepish as he lets you on, and he says, I imagined you are going up to see the concierge.
Yeah, we can get a quick word with your boss, bud.
Oh no, it's okay. I know you're going to fight her. It's fine.
Yeah.
Is
I didn't say this about your feelings. I genuinely think you're a great person. I just wanted to say it in a blatantly aggressive but very calm manner.
I know what you've been through. You can be aggressive. It's okay. It's I work in the hotel industry. You would not believe the kinds of things people say to me and behave with me. Do you know how many times I get a Nazi salute working in my job? It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
People are assholes, man.
Yeah. Oh mein Gott. Yeah. Schweins. Absolute fucking Schweins. I want to apologize once more to all of you. It was not comfortable for me to take your information. However, it is my job. And I don't like to do that to people who are kind to me. Why would I? But I'm sorry.
We understand, hero.
You won't find a single hard feeling from me. Don't. You're not the person you take up my complaints with.
No worries, bud.
Thank you. Also, if Mr. Jimmy, if you could not beat the living shit out of another member of your group in my hotel, I would appreciate it. It is a lot of cleanup.
I'll work on that.
Thank you. And he pushes the button, and y'all go up. And you go up for about, I'd say like 10-15 minutes. And you feel the stars starting to like kind of shine through the like the little bits of the, I guess, like what you call the slits of the windows. And eventually you come out onto a pretty beautiful luminous rooftop. It's pretty sprawling. And it sort of has no discerning unusual aspects of it. It's about, I'd say, 200 feet wide. There's no railings. And you see the concierge standing there, cane in hand, waiting. There's a slight breeze, and the stars are out, but the clouds gathering overhead, and you can, for the first time in a long time, you can see Sturgeon. Everything is bustling, everything is busy. You don't even know how high up you are, but you realize how big and beautiful the town is. and she's standing there waiting for you. What do you want to do?
Jimmy wants to step out
Mhm.
and just stand there a second, letting the breeze blow against him.
Mm.
Just taking in the serenity and the opportunity to, just be outside again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say something kind of similar where when Callista steps out, her like wings kind of spread slightly and
Yeah.
she looks down like across the rooftop to like how high up they are.
Mm-hmm.
And her feathers kind of like flutter slightly as if she kind of wants to start flying, but she obviously doesn't.
Well, you can get off the ground and like stretch your wings a little bit if you want, like just to get in the air, just like a couple feet in the air.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she probably would. She'd probably at least like flap them a few times. And like especially because for the most part, especially in the elevator, she has to keep them to her back for a lot of the time because they're big. So she kind of spreads them out and like lets the wind run through her feathers for a little bit before she puts them back.
Okay. Flebs, Margot, do you guys do anything?
Just kind of reacting to the fresh air but just kind of taking it in generally. Yeah.
Okay.
Same. Julia started stretching.
Yeah, she probably goes on a stroll, knowing what's about to occur. Probably wants to get out of Dodge for a little bit. Jericho,
She's smart.
Jericho, what about you?
I think Wolf and Satan will take off flying and also enjoy the weather. Jericho just takes a moment and watches everyone and lets himself be a little happy watching everyone kind of enjoy the environment.
Yeah. And you hear the concierge say, I gave her American. Did I give her American or British? I keep forgetting. It's been so long. I really need to start. What I need to ask Lucy to do is mark in the character NPCs what accents I use. Yeah, honestly, some of them.
I'll put them in brackets.
That's
Thank
actually
you.
a good idea.
Thank
we
you.
should go back.
Yeah.
I think it was American, but I don't remember.
Okay, we'll just stick with that.
I think it's American.
I think you asked last time, and I kind of remember being like, American, I think?
I believe so.
I will mark it down
I'm gonna
whichever
vote
one you
American
choose.
this time.
Oh,
and we're
last
gonna
time was
stick
for
to it now.
our lawyer's accent.
Yeah, but
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that.
Wait, you want me to do? I'm not going to give him your lawyer's accent, as in OF Pro. Oh, as in Cornish.
Yeah.
Hello there.
Yeah.
Hello there, my lover. Yeah. No, I'm not giving the concierge a regional accent.
That was the question. That was also a question.
Oh yeah, that's fair. No, I should just have her American. She goes, it's a beautiful night, isn't it?
Hi, hello. We're here to place a complaint to management.
That's very funny, Jericho. Yeah, I'm sure you are. And I'll be sure to listen to your complaint in full. But, a storm's rolling in. And sure enough,
You don't have to talk about me like that. I'm right here.
as she says that, Jericho,
that's great.
that's good. And as she says that, there's a thunder roll overhead, and you can see the clouds in the distance. And she kind of stretches and says, you're gonna meet some people that are kind of shitty in from my colleagues, but I guess just how I was made. I'm a straight shooter. Ever since you came in here, I've tried to keep it you honest. Now, before we do this, is there anything I can do to change your mind?
to do like one quick like spin of the chambers of the pistol. Like, then Jericho starts talking. Normally I'm like a pretty big advocate for mercy and all that. The one of those like like lessons you learn as a kid from your parents, one that sticks with you. But kind of adapted a new philosophy for all that, and he stops it spinning. I'm at the point where I can't think that mercy to an enemy can come at the cost of mercy to their victims. And also, again, this hotel is really gone down performance. I haven't gotten a single complimentary mint since I've been here.
She smiles and says, "Well, it sounds like you've learned your lesson." Okay. Well, I think there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 of you, and there's 1 of me. That seems like fair odds. Yeah, I think that's pretty even. And she takes a really big stretch, and she's holding out the cane and points to each one of you and says, "Well, I guess that's it. Don't hold back now. All right, y'all. Every single one of you, please make a sharp roll. I will do my best not to go over, by the way. Trevin, I know you are specific on time, but we will do our best. Please warn me when we have like 10 minutes left on your side, okay?
Today's pretty good. I can stay like until like 8:30.
Oh, that's perfect. Then we should be able to get everything done. Perfect. All right. Well, then we got an hour and 10. Okay. I am gonna say Endicott and Wendy are gonna be used like summons, so they are not gonna be in regular play. If you want to use them, they're gonna take a turn, okay? Because otherwise, we get rapidly overpowered very quickly. But they are there. Otherwise, I think it's just going to be a bit of a mess. Okay. First up is Flebs Taylor. Let's get the tokens on the board.
Okay.
Now, remember, you are a bit of a distance away, but not terribly far. I'm not going to penalize you for moving at the moment, but I'm going to tell you right now, y'all, think about movement as this battle goes on, okay? Just throwing that out there. Think about your movement. So we're going to put all of you... I might need you to stretch up your... token yourself because okay let's put Concierge is going to be dead center over here, Wendy over here, Endicott is going to be with her, so these guys are going to be in reserve. Use them, abuse them, but they are going to have cooldowns. Not Dennis, he's dead. Sorry, Jericho. Nope, 2 Flebs. No. That's quite a birthday gift.
Uh-oh.
Jericho Branch.
That's scary right there.
That's too much.
We already had that.
Too overpowered.
Yeah, we can't have 2.
That
Right.
Sentinel already did that for us.
Yeah, double the trouble. Right, it's Jimmy.
Sentinel number 2 is back, guys.
And Margot. All right, guys, you should be able to move your tokens once you've made your movements, so please go ahead. She is standing dead center. Oh, yeah, I need to do a sharp roll. Excuse me. By the way, if you can, the music we are using right now is on, and I have some epic boss battle music in mind. So please feel free to join.
I don't listen to music at all.
Yeah, I joined like 5 minutes ago because I was like, it's
part.
quiet in here.
Well, I'm sorry. That's just enhancing it, maybe. Okay.
The music's my favorite.
No, yeah, I for some reason I just...
It really does help.
All right. I like to set a scene, especially for our lovely listeners. Okay, she got an 8. Okay. All right, Flebs. What are we doing?
Walk up straight in front of her. Put my flamethrower in her face and just let it rip.
Hell, wow.
Love it.
Okay,
You know
so
what? We're in the most
Big
open
energy.
space.
okay, Flebs. I'm gonna say you can. No, you can do that. You're not walking up, because if you think you're walking to the concierge and not getting your ass beat, bro, that would be a terrible fight. You're gonna have to run in and you're gonna prime it.
Run up.
Yeah. Okay. All right,
Run
bud.
up.
Give me a roll.
Flamethrower to the face.
All right. To the face. Wow. You are mean.
It's not holding back.
You want to burn this poor lady? God damn. What did she ever do to you? Well.
Well. We don't have time for all that.
Okay.
Let's go.
Wow. Flebs fucking Taylor. All right. An 11. Okay. So, that's 3 harm close, right?
Yep.
All right. On an 11. Yeah. Holy shit. So you run in, and you fake going down with the flames and make her jump up. And when she jumps up, you arc the flamethrower while it's still going down like a pillar. And it goes up and it strikes her all across her torso and face. As she flips back, she takes 3 harm.
Good.
Okay. Next up is Jericho Branch.
All right. I want to know if I use magic right now. Could I use if I roll of course well enough for it? Can I use the summon a monster thing to call the pursuit?
Oh, you want to use a summon? Oh, hell yeah. Okay. No, that's a great idea. I had the summon.
Pulling out some big moves.
I actually had the summon idea while I was talking to my other DM friend because I was like, oh my god, why haven't I done this? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna say the threshold. No, you can use it on a use magic, but it'll just be if you get a mixed success, I'll just put a glitch on it. But yeah, sure.
Okay.
By the way, your harm is on 7, but that's fine. Okay, got an 8. Okay.
7? What?
No, you hadn't put your harm back to 0 yet. I've just done it for you.
Thank you.
That's okay. All right. So, what is the who are you summoning?
I'd like to summon the pursuer here from Tin City.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Interesting. Okay. So you're trying to open a portal, huh?
In a sense, yeah. Back at the end of Tin City, we kind of made the deal that if we face the Concierge, that the pursuer would help. And I wasn't sure how she'd get here, but a portal sounds cool.
Okay. I know what happens. You open a portal, Jericho, and you're trying to hone in on the pursuer, and she comes out of the portal and she just dives for whatever's in front of her, and because you've done it vertically, near enough above her as she's coming on the back foot, this creature dives down and it goes straight for it goes for a drop kick, and it goes straight for her ribs. And I'm trying to think of what the harm would be on this, because I think it'd probably be 2 harm because you got an 8. So it goes for 2 harm. But as it's laying into her, she gasps a little bit. She's still singed, but she bubbles the pursuer and then takes some of the flames and says, well, damn, this is you got a permit for this, Mr. Taylor? Because this is pretty hot, but I think I can make it hotter. And she channels through her right arm, and the flames go from red to black. And her eyes wide, and she's like, oh, now that's good, but I don't want to keep this for myself. I'll give it to your pet. And she channels it through the bubble and singes the pursuer until there is nothing but ash.
Oh, good. I thought you meant Julia.
No.
I was
I did.
really
Oh, no.
scared.
Whoa,
I did,
no,
I did too. I
guy.
was about to roll protection.
How
All of a
could you
familiar,
say
I was
such a
really
thing?
scared.
How could you think I would do something like that?
You said pet.
Well, I meant the pursuer, but that...
Yeah.
Guys, come
No,
on.
It was confusing
I
because
had
you
it
were
right.
talking.
I had it right. I was writing it down.
That's
I'm just saying,
also
I
Julia's
was about
finale
to roll
territory.
protect someone's for Julia.
Julia is finale territory. Come on now. No, I will not harm Julia. I have no reason to harm Julia. No, she thinks the pursuer's a pet, and she singes it, and the bubble goes black, and she throws it, she casts the bubble away. And it is, well, it's a 3-way tie between me, Margot, and Callista. I'm going to say Callista goes next.
Nice. God, I need to get a longer range weapon, don't I?
No, you could. I mean, we don't really have a whole thing for movement in this game. In D&D, we do. So let's not worry about it too much right now.
Well, I just mean that both of my weapons will put me pretty close to her, but.
Oh well, yeah, but that is the risk, my dear. She actually, as she throws off the bubbles, she resumes that static stance. She's standing there upright, hands on the cane, staring ahead and smiling.
Okay, well that's almost worse, but fine. Callista will. Well, she probably already has summoned the scythe, so.
Oh, I would imagine so.
So I think she'll take the opportunity to spread out her wings and charge her with it.
Okay. So just a kick some ass roll?
Yep.
All right, go ahead. Okay. So an 8. So
another
you
8.
hit.
Jesus.
Yep. So you do some harm and I do some harm. So tell me what this looks like.
Yeah. So as the concierge is kind of discarding the bubble, like I said, I think Callista will spread her wings out and flap them as she's running, so she goes she gets a little boost. She'll slice her scythe kind of. I'm thinking kind of across her shoulders, where sort of the singe on her torso is.
Okay. Yeah.
Sort of boosting herself up, not so much into the air, just horizontally forward, so she can orchestrate a quick retreat if she has to.
No, that's I think that's reasonable. Okay. So I think yeah, you managed to target something pretty nastily. And I think it has a really really good effect on her ability to she doesn't really know how to respond in that moment. I think it takes her a minute. And obviously you got to be really mindful of when you're facing someone like Callista of the Obsidian Wing. So she takes the shot, and that would do 3 harm?
Yes. And it's sort of because it's divine energy. I feel like I haven't been talking about that enough when she attacks, but it leaves that sort of light in its wake in the wound.
So she takes that shot, and her eyes light up again, when she takes that pain. And as you are floating forward, trying to get past her, she arcs her body and flips back, and says, "Well, this is a certain surprise. I don't think I've been hit with divine energy in a while. You deserve a treat." And she grabs the hilt of her cane and smashes you in the back of the neck with considerable force that sends you crashing to the ground and sliding. And she hits you for 2 harm. And she lands down again and adopts that stoic stance. And next up is the concierge. Sorry, Margot.
That's okay.
Okay, she is going to look at you, Jericho. Let me think about this. Actually, yeah, she's going to smile and say, "Well, this is interesting. Let's see how far you can push me." And she's going to cast Obsidian Wall. Oh, at 12. She erects a bubble around her that is very similar to the one that she put on the pursuer. She smiles and says, "Why don't you go right ahead and see if you can get through that?" And this bubble, it has 1 armor in addition to everything else. So, Margot, you're up.
Let's see, Margot. Margot's just going to. Margot's going to use Precise Strike and aim for a weak spot So let's see, we roll tough to. So is this +2 in addition to the weapon that I'm choosing?
Let me have a look at your stats. So, because whatever you try, it's gonna deflect some of the damage. This bubble.
Yeah.
Because I know what roll you need to get through it. Okay, so precise strike. When you inflict harm on a monster, you can aim for a weak spot. Roll plus tough. Okay, yeah. So let's see what the roll is first.
Okay.
And what weapon are you using?
I'm gonna use. Am I close enough to use the shotgun? Because it's a close range weapon. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and use the shotgun for a chance at +3. I'm rolling for tough instead.
Okay, got a 9. So that's +1 harm. So that would do. Okay, so your shotgun normally does 3, and then obviously there's armor. As you go to do it, some of the buck ricochets, and one of the bullets gets through, and it grazes her cheek. You inflict 1 harm on her in this case.
Okay.
But she acknowledges you. She's like surprised. But you get the impression that regular guns, at least, maybe not so much your specialist weapons, but guns might not work through a bubble like this, or they will have a diminished effect. Next up is Jimmy. Oh, I'm guessing he's using Claws of the Beast.
No, I clicked the wrong button on that. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
No, Jimmy is actually, first he's gonna take the gauntlet off, go into battle mode, and then he's gonna draw the ornate hammer.
Okay.
I am going to just roll to attack the bubble, I guess.
Yeah,
I
sure.
can't attack
Sure.
her.
Technically, yeah, it's her and the bubble. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, go right ahead.
Yeah. All right, rolling to kick some ass. Let's do this.
Woo, buddy, 15.
Let's go.
Well, that bubble.
Jimmy, I think that's the highest.
That's the
number I've
highest
seen.
number we've seen,
Yeah,
a 15. So
God
yeah, that
damn.
bubble, you hit that bubble, and it comes down with an almighty crash and it smashes, and it actually surprises her. And she takes a back step, and looks fucking shocked, Jimmy, as she's stunned. And I need all of y'all to roll another sharp roll, and we're gonna see who gets the attack of opportunity on her.
While we're doing that, TJ, I have a question.
I might have an answer.
If we want to use Wendy or Endicott, what do we have to do first?
That would just be sacrificing a weird roll, basically. So it's just like we would call it a use magic roll if you have magic, but just a weird roll.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll
Yeah,
sharp as well?
you too, bud. You hit
Okay,
the
I just
hammer.
wanna make
So
sure.
right now it's looking like Flebs is gonna get it, but all right. So Flebs, what do you do? Because you just used your flamethrower. So what would you like to do with the attack of opportunity?
I feel like flamethrower is too slow for that, so I'll just magical dagger.
Okay. Yeah, you getting in? Are you gonna try and stab her or just slice her?
Stab.
Okay. Where are you aiming for?
Upper chest region.
Okay. Yeah. You hit her
Use
in the
magic.
chest. Yeah, sure. You get her in the chest, Flebs, and there is a.
Yeah.
Oh wait, are you using magic as well?
I have to if I use magical dagger.
No, you're. Oh, of course. You're sorry. Excuse me. This is That's my bad. I should have explained that better. That's fine. Your attack hits anyway. Don't worry, because it's an attack of opportunity. So yeah,
Okay.
you hit her flush and you stab her straight in the chest, and you hear that thud, and then like a wheeze. It is pretty unsettling. Yeah, it's like a holy shit moment, and you think, oh man, like, okay, that's cool. And she grabs your hand and pushes the knife in further. and
Oh my god.
and she's smiling, and her eyes are wide, and she says, "Okay, I guess we're really doing this then. You guys are serious. All right. Well done. You can have this back now." And she
Thanks.
pulls it out and gives it to you and kicks you away. And she stretches and defrocks and takes off the trench coat and like rolls her arms around as thunder starts to roll in. And she says, "Then I guess I better get serious too." Everybody make a act under pressure roll, please. Okay.
But why keep getting 8s?
Margot?
I think she just reconnected.
Okay. All of you except well, actually, no, sorry, excuse me. So Jericho and Flebs, you guys are able to get out of dodge in time. But Callista and Jimmy we'll see where Margot's at in a minute. You guys... Oh, internet dropped. My bad. I just read that.
Back?
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
Margot,
you're
could you
good.
give me...
Thank God.
Margot,
I'm
could
so
you...
sorry.
That's
I had to
okay.
reset my router.
That's okay. Could you give me a act under pressure roll, please?
Of course. Maybe.
Okay. Okay, so everybody that isn't Jericho and Flebs, you all are knocked back for 1 harm. And that's important because you see this huge storm roll in. And 2 individuals are arc teleported in, and they look pretty haggard. It is Kruger and Nishandra, who are staggering around, looking very, very confused. And Jericho, on a 10, you can tell they are being manipulated. And it's pretty apparent by that. And as that's happening, she smiles and cracks her head to the side and says, "Well, I needed some help. Let's try this again." And she... Actually, yeah, I guess everybody make a sharp roll. Let's see where we're at. Man, Margot, your sharp rolls are not good today.
Jesus.
What the fuck? Well, I just leveled up at least.
All right.
I'm gonna level today, I guess.
I literally just did.
Okay.
I love that.
All right, so... Let me get her sharp roll. Well, this is perfect for what I want to do anyway, so... All right, well, she also failed, so hey, you're not the only one.
Oh, there you go.
Go ahead.
Let's get Kruger, Nish.
I'm gonna be unstable already.
Oh no. Okay.
No, it'll be fine.
All right.
Stop worrying about it. Stop worrying about it.
Man,
I'm on my way.
I'll use Endicott to heal me.
There you go.
Let's switch this
Oh
up
yeah,
a
I
little
don't know what Endicott's moves are. I meant to check.
bit. Don't worry about it. Endicott's got special moves.
Don't worry about it.
All right. Sorry, guys. I had to
Got
get
it.
up the... I forgot to get up there. So, Kruger and Nish... So, let's just read through the rolls first. So, on the sharp roll, Jimmy got a 5. Jericho got a 12. Flebs got a 9. Margot got a 4. Callista got a 4.
Margot got a 5, excuse you.
Sorry, Margot got a 5, excuse me. And the Concierge got a 5 as well. Let's see
Jericho
what Kruger...
stole all our luck.
Kruger got an 8.
Jericho rolled.
And Nish... Bear in mind, Nish and Kruger have -1. All right. Okay.
Wow, Oh, holy shit.
Yeah. So, Kruger.
Not a good one.
Kruger runs in and goes for Margot. Actually, no, excuse me, he goes for Jimmy. Sorry. And Jimmy, he is testing you in a contest of strength, and he is pushing you to one end. I mentioned to you before, there are no barriers on this hotel. He is trying to push you off. And Nish runs for Margot and does the exact same thing. I didn't get a picture up, I don't know why. So, I'm going to move Flebs there, Jericho there. And yeah, you guys are going to have to figure that out. So top of the order is Jericho.
Seeing Kruger in this run in, Jericho's going to give them a quick glance before just kind of coming to the mental conclusion that, oh well, let's kill Concierge, and it probably stops them from being weird. And he's gonna roll use a spell on her. I'm sorry, just making sure I didn't say the wrong terminology. All right. He's going to cast lightning missile on her.
Okay. All right. Not Stormbringer though. You're just going to use regular lightning for now.
I was going to use normal lightning missile.
Yep.
But
Makes sense.
Let's go back for a second. What, the whole storm card thing.
If you were going to do so if you want to use Stormbringer, you'll need to bring an Endicott, and you'll have to prepare for it anyway. So I think starting with regular lightning is probably a good idea for now. That's like your trump card.
Gotcha.
Wow, 14. God damn. All right.
Damn.
You come in and you wow, I mean, what is it? 3 harm? Or is it higher than that?
Yes.
3. Well, it turns out, Jericho, on a 14, you hit for 5 harm. What does this look like?
It looks like Jericho channeling like a steady flow of lightning from the magic hand through a concierge. Kind of like a one-handed outstretch, like almost like Palpatine, I suppose, without the whole being old and decrepit. And
but you do screen unlimited power, don't you?
For reference sake, let's say it's canon. Yeah, Jericho screams unlimited power.
Okay. Yeah, you hit her for 5 harm, Jericho, and you catch her in like this arc of lightning, and it really just shocks her to her core, and she starts tensing up. Yeah, you've caught her heavily there. Well done. All right. Next up in the order is Flebs.
Still able to attack the concierge?
You mean she's in trained in lightning? Yeah, if you want to, yeah, go for it.
Okay. Flamethrower.
Okay. How do flames work with lightning? Anyone know?
I don't think they interact.
Then we have like a chemical interaction. Lightning can cause fire, but that's about it.
Okay.
The question
It's
is
just more-
flames and lightning and how they interact in real life.
I guess
They look really cool together.
I'm just trying to make sure that like they don't explode.
I think it just generally means more energy. Yeah, so more. I mean, maybe.
Oh, okay. Nope. I just checked. Okay, that's fine. Yep.
I'm a
done.
scientist.
Yeah. All right, 7.
Ooh.
All right. So yeah, you try to hit with a flamethrower, and you do. I mean, I'd probably say on a 7 2 harm. But she grabs you and channels the electric through you. And she shocks you for 2 harm.
Okay.
Next up is Kruger. And Kruger is gonna do a test of strength with you, Jimmy.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. He is trying to lock his hands to push you off the. At the very least, he's trying to push you off the side. And that's going to be a straight tough roll. So he got a 7. Wow.
Yeah.
So he tries to overpower you, and you just completely shut him down on an 11. You push his arms back, and you headbutt him and stagger him. So bravo on that front. Next is Margot.
Okay, and where is Margot exactly? Is she still about to...
You are, yeah, Nish is currently trying to push you off.
Okay, alright, so then, can I use Berserk here?
Yeah.
Just to be super... So we'll throw out a Berserk, and what do I need to roll for that?
It should tell you on your sheet.
Okay, it just says no matter how much harm you take, you can always keep going until the current fight is over. It doesn't say about rolling for anything.
So it's just a passive. That's fine.
Okay, well then never mind. So then we will go ahead and... Do I have a specialist weapon that will work on Nish?
Jericho, what do you think?
Yes.
What would work on her?
On the shades, or like just kind of like Nish.
On Nish and the kind of sentinels.
I don't technically want to hurt or like
of course.
kill Nish, but you know, I also don't want to fall off the fucking building.
Of course.
That's fair.
I think like anything electrical.
Okay.
Probably.
So let's say either a taser or a like an electric imbued weapon. So maybe like just something that's got electricity running through it.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and pull out some sort of electric taser thing.
Okay.
Damn it. If only I wasn't on the other side of the roof. I've got a lightning sight.
Oh, boo!
All right.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that just to
All right.
incapacitate her. It doesn't hurt her too much. Yeah.
Well, she's got armor as well, so whatever that's worth.
Okay, good. And what do I roll for that?
If you're just doing
Yeah,
kick
be
some
kick
ass.
some ass,
Yep,
yeah.
kick some ass. All right.
Oh my god.
Unfortunately, you try and she monkey flips you. So you're no longer near the side, but as you're in the air, Margot, she pulls out one of her blades. And you hear her mutter a chant under her breath. And she air dashes to meet you. She slices the backs of your calves and then spin kicks you into the ground. And you're going to take... I'm going to be nice, but you're going to take 2 harm.
Okay, and how does that interact with the Berserk passive?
You can't die. You literally can't die.
But I just still keep taking...
Yeah, if you read it on your passive... it's an incredible move. I love Berserk.
Yeah,
but you can basically keep going and take an infinite amount of harm, essentially, unless I just kind of use a god-using move.
Okay, and then when the fight's over, we might die, but that's fine.
Yeah,
We'll deal with it.
might.
That's future Margot's problem.
Yeah, but right now you've only got 3 harm. You're fine. Okay. Next up, Next up is the Concierge. She looks at you, Jericho, and there's a wildness in her eyes, and she says, "Oh, you're the Stormcaller. You think you understand lightning. You want to play? Let's play." She, well, let me roll first. I know what she's going to do, though. She she grabs her staff and arcs it to the sky as clouds begin to gather, and she takes the energy that you've thrown at her and supercharges it into the top of the cane, and also captures raw lightning and that cane is glowing, Jericho. And she hoists it above her, spinning it round, and then slams it into the ground, and sends bolts of lightning going through the ground. And she's obviously aiming for you, and you're going to take 3 harm. Next up is Nish. What is Nish going to do? I think she's going to help out Kruger. Because, Margot, you are temporarily incapacitated.
Yeah.
So she is going to have to roll act under pressure. Okay, she got an 8. She is able to get over there and get Kruger up, but she is open to an advantage attack from Jimmy. I think that's only fair on an 8. And before that is resolved, Callista.
I think. Well, I guess I don't know how far I can move because I am on the opposite side, but I kind of want to do the same thing that Nish just did, but like with Margot instead.
Okay.
To help her.
Yeah,
out.
sure.
I don't know what I would roll for.
So you wanna get over and stop Nish, who's just gotten to Kruger?
No, I just want to go to Margot and kind of try to help her.
Okay. So are you rolling to heal her, or what are you trying to do for Margot?
I am out of like immediate danger though, aren't I?
Yeah.
So if I am, okay, then I wouldn't waste that on me.
I think you're better off trying to help Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay. Well then I guess I will go for Nish then.
Okay.
And yeah, I already have the scythe up, so I'll use that.
Okay.
I think I said lightning earlier. It's more like light, but it kind of manifests as lightning. It's just light in general, though.
Okay. Has Nish taken any harm yet? I've already forgotten. Well, never mind. She's not taking any on a 4.
Fuck. I'm gonna level up twice.
Well, if you do, you do. Yeah, you try, and Nish grabs it and looks at you, and what's she gonna do? How much harm have you had so far?
I already have 3. I'm not doing good. I'm not doing good in this fight at all.
She grabs you by the wrist and throws you into the air. And she turns her attention back to Jimmy, so you just take 1 harm. I'm gonna be nice. Trying to be nice. Okay.
I don't have good luck.
Jimmy, what do you want to do? Because before we re-roll again, because you got an opportunity on Nish right now.
Yeah, I say I got an attack of opportunity on Nish.
Yep.
And then my actual go turn, right?
Yes, because you haven't taken your turn. Oh wait, you already took your turn. No.
No, I have not.
Oh
no. My turn yet.
Oh no, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, sure.
Okay, so my attack of opportunity on Nish, I am going to try to stun her with the gauntlet.
Okay.
Because it has a stun effect.
Yep. Wow, 12.
Let's go.
Well, while she was throwing Callista, she took her eyes off you. And, yeah, I mean, how does this look, Jimmy? How does this look?
I am just going to draw back and just hit her with, like, a right cross, like, to the side of the head, trying to, I'm trying to stun her and disable, so...
Yeah, no, on a 12 you do that. You hit her so hard that the ground underneath her buckles, and it dents in, and there is a horrible sound, and she collapses to the floor. She's out cold. Nishandra's out of the game.
Nice.
Nice.
And now I'll deal with my other problem.
Yep.
Of Kruger, and I'm looking to do the exact same thing. I'm looking to, not
you want to hit him with another shot, so you want to use
another. Like I'm gonna hit her with one.
Yep.
And as on the recovery, I'm just gonna draw back and just give.
Yeah. Give him the other.
Kruger one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, go for it. Okay, on a 9, you hit him, very fucking hard. And I think it would be enough to rattle his brains and stagger him. But before he goes down, he's able to get a shot on you as well. Because obviously you're gonna have to trade on a 9.
Yeah.
What is he gonna do? Oh, okay. I know what he does. He, when you hit him, he goes staggering, and his eyes glaze over, and you see, a glow around his head, and you hear the concierge kind of, grunt, like she's using the power one last time to keep him up, and his legs shake, and he stands up, and his right hand, glows, and it's the one of destruction. And he punches the ground with everything he has, launching himself into the air, and he's going for you, Jimmy. And he hits you with a cross of his own. In fact, I think he probably gets you in the stomach. And, digs you into the ground in the process. I'm trying to think of how much harm he would do on a 9. I think it would be 3 harm. I think it would really take the wind out of you. And then as he does that, you look at him, and the light fades, and he goes out. He's out cold.
Awesome.
All right, gang. Roll again. Another sharp. I think I've learned quite a bit from the last big boss fight we did.
Jeez.
If I fail again.
Let's go, Flebs. Okay, Margot.
Finally.
How many questions you got this?
All right.
Saving up those
An 8.
rolls.
Wow, what is happening to me?
Wow.
I'm getting
All right,
thrown around.
Okay. All right. So, let's look at the order we've got. So, top of the order is going to be Flebs again. God damn, fudging them rolls.
Flebs with the sharp rolls.
Oh,
He's
wait
the
a
one who
second.
can
Flebs
do
with
the
a
sharp
14.
rolls.
Flebs got a 14. Margot with a 12, and then it will be Callista with an 8. Then the concierge with a 6, and lastly Jimmy with a 4. So Flebs, what are we doing? I'm going to say that flamethrower is going to have to run dry soon, bud.
Am I out of the fight?
Wait. Oh, sorry, Jericho. Where are you? Oh, sorry, 7. Excuse me. So sorry.
Yeah, sorry, I just didn't know there's like a narrative thing going on.
No, not out of the fight. Don't worry.
Jericho immediately got knocked out.
Jericho? Oh, he died. What?
Jericho died, actually.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Off screen, he died.
All right.
A magical dagger again.
Yep.
Use magic.
So you're trying to get in close as well. Okay, an 8. How much harm have you taken, Flebs?
2.
Okay. So you're gonna stab her again. You catch her in the top of the shoulder this time. She anticipates it. And she looks at you, and she grits her teeth and says, "Oh, you were fun, but I'm getting bored now. Bye-bye." And she blasts you with a wind shot to the stomach that sends you hurtling all the way back to where the doors are. You are gonna take. So it's a blast. So that'll be 2 harm.
Okay.
But she does take 2 harm from your dagger, right? That's 2 harm?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Yep, keep an eye on that. Okay. Next up is Margot.
Okay. Do I have any effective specialist weapons against the concierge specifically that I can use?
I don't know. What do you think would work on her? Oh, you know what? I know. I think what you would do is get out some magically imbued brass knuckles.
Okay, love it. Let's roll with that.
Magic probably is probably your only option. I want to make Margot look cool, so.
Sort of what I thought. Okay, cool. So should I kick some ass or?
Yeah. Let's switch up the battle music a little bit. Let's give you something a bit more uplifting for a minute here. Man, I love Fire Emblem.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately, you go in for that toe-to-toe shot, and it's like a beautiful martial arts scene. It's 1, 2, block, block. She sweeps the leg. She hits you in the stomach with the cane, and she picks you up by your throat and is squeezing the life out of you. And she kind of like widens her eyes and says, "Oh, I know you're not going to stop. But it doesn't mean you can't be put down temporarily. This dance is getting very busy. Why don't you go and join Mr. Taylor?" And she teep kicks you, meaning she takes like a simple front kick and hits you so hard in the jaw you go flying. And that's going to be 2 harm as you go back. And you are incapacitated like Flebs for a minute here. So 2 of you are temporarily out. Put you guys in here.
Yep.
I mean, you guys have been doing very well. Can't stress enough. You guys are doing very well. All right. Next up is who would that be? Sorry, Callista.
Yeah. Okay. I am going to try to use Smite.
Okay.
Because Callista's kind of pissed at this point. She's just kind of been thrown around this whole time. And she gets up from where she was thrown by Nish.
Okay.
And kind of wipes some blood off of her chin, and tries to rush the concierge with her eyes glowing with her magic.
Yeah, do it.
And that still kicks some ass, yes?
Yep. Unless it says otherwise. 13. God
Wow,
damn, girl.
Let's fucking go.
Outta go.
We're just saving the roll.
And is that 4 harm or 3 harm? What does that come up as?
Smite might only be 2, actually.
I'm gonna give you on a 13. I'm gonna give you 4 harm.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, Smite's usually 2, but I'll take it.
Yeah, I think.
She's really mad.
Well, something happens where you feel imbued with something that is like a little unusual for you, but you feel the anger from Paola, the frustration of your existential crisis, and you steel yourself in that moment, and you think, I am better than this. And you rush forward, and yeah, your shot rings true. Where do you hit her? Where are you aiming for on Smite?
Well, she's kind of approaching, because she was thrown backwards, she's kind of approaching from sort of the side. I think she might come from behind her and try to knock her off balance from behind.
Oh yeah, I mean on a 13, 100%, you definitely do that. Where do you go right past her, or are you staying behind her when you hit with Smite?
Sorry, my keybind made me throw myself off the roof. No, I think she's gonna just outstretch both hands and use the. Damn it! I'll move myself in a second. The light from her eyes kind of like channels down into her hands and just like blast against her back, like where her shoulder blades are. Perfect.
Yeah, you hit her very hard and you cause her to stagger, and she is momentarily stunned as Jericho Branch steps up to the plate. You got your summons, Jericho. Just going to make sure you know that.
I think Jericho will like either signal or yell to indicate that they think he's ready to try and use the Stormbringer.
Yeah. Okay.
Or some of the Arcstorm. What are we calling it canonically? Like, what are we calling the actual spell?
I've been calling it the Arcstorm, but I mean, I'm open to names.
Make a note of that.
Like we can figure out like a different name for it, but like for now, that's what we've been calling it, or just something like that. Okay, so you want Endicott to come in?
Yes.
Okay. So you're using big magic, and he is going to obviously have to help you out. Let's do. Okay. All right, we'll do a roll to help out. All right, you get 9, so I believe that is a +1, and that exposes him to her move, but that's fine. He comes in and he starts channeling the energy, and he just looks at you. And he says, "Remember, just focus your energy. All you need to do is trust in yourself. Think of Dennis. Think of Nish and Kruger. Think of your future."
And that +1 roll, does that work alongside Go Big or Go Home?
Yep.
The additional.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep. God damn, I love this music. Oh, yes. All right. And the music's perfect. As these storm clouds fully roll in, Jericho, and you think on everything you've been through and the last image you have with Dennis, your eyes go opaque. Your body goes into the sky, and you feel the power of the fractals course through every bit of you, and it is nothing like the lightning you've been experiencing. It is almost divine. And Callista, you look at Jericho in this moment, and you think to yourself, this is someone I can trust. This is divine. And you hit her for 11 harm. And it freezes her in place. And those clouds have blackened out the sky, Jericho. And the power you feel it is so overwhelming. And when you finally hit the ground again and Endicott holds you up, she is standing in place and singed. And let's fade this down. And Callista, you are still very close to her, and you can hear her muttering as she says, "Mother Accumulator, grant me the strength. Unlock the gate." And she is standing upright with her eyes open, frozen.
Is she dead?
Callista, sort of, I don't know. I think Callista will kind of go around again, like so that she's not standing behind her anymore, and say, "What are you doing? What gate are you talking about?"
Roll to act under pressure. Okay, she is clinging to consciousness, and she looks at you and says, "It's a gate. Only the voids can enter. Why don't you ask Michael?" And as that happens, this thunderclap rains through. And her body begins to twist and change. And a similar arc of lightning comes down as something in the clouds shifts and rumbles. And her body begins to change. And everything about her becomes accentuated. Bigger arms, bigger legs, bigger body. As it becomes a translucent white, save for red eyes, a gaping black mouth, and pulsating electric around her. This is your secret final phase boss fight. You think I was gonna fake out on that? Come on now.
Yeah.
Easy.
All right.
Phase 2.
Another sharp roll, gang. Let's go.
Phase change.
Jericho sleepy.
Jericho
Sorry,
need
real quick.
energy.
Real quick, TJ, I missed part of that of what she said. It's like
She said it's a gate only the voids can open, but it's a gate you should know. Why don't you ask Michael?
Okay.
Oh damn, y'all are shooketh over this transformation.
Everybody's leveling up today.
Jericho tired.
Jericho sleepy.
Tired. No more Jericho
All right.
rolls.
Well, she got a 5 as well. So Callista though, man, Callista and Flebs.
Man, I'm coming back.
All right.
I'm coming back
All right,
to the
gang.
mansion.
Let's start
Callista
with
to the red
Callista, because Flebs, you are just recovering.
Okay.
This is still my favorite boss
Yeah,
song of
well-
all time, by the way.
Well, Callista's still like right in front of her, basically. So.
Correct, but that would have knocked you back a little bit.
Oh, okay. I think Callista's gonna like wield the scythe again and kind of again flap her wings to boost her, this time more vertically than horizontally.
Yep.
And kind of, aim for her general middle, I guess.
Yep. Her torso. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Torso, yeah.
Trying to make sure we don't go over too much on time, but I think you guys will be good. Oh, an 11. God damn.
Let's go. Back to bed.
All right. And how much damage does that do?
It usually does 3.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you strike her, and this, it's normally a white mark, right? But this time you see a black mark appear on her, and it is gushing energy, as you land. And she's writhing, but she's still very much a threat. Next up, Flebs. I'm going to say you're going to be limited. You are far away, but you can still attack. You also have the summons as well, if you're in doubt.
Yeah, I'm pretty hurt. So, can I summon Wendy?
Yep. Sure, give me a,
Weird?
Yeah, weird roll. Okay. She steps up to the plate and rolls her shoulders and says, "All right, Giles. I got this. Or maybe Amelia does." And you hear a roar run through the building as Vicar Amelia, in her beast form, climbs up the back and jumps across and grabs the concierge, throws her to the ground and starts pummeling the concrete as Amelia screams, "You did this! You did this to me!" And she just doesn't stop hitting her, and then leaps back, opens her mouth, and emits a thunderous beam of energy that engulfs the concierge in pure light. And she does 6 harm.
Jeez.
And Amelia breathes heavy and starts reverting back to her normal form and disappears. And Wendy kind of shrugs and says, "Don't piss off the hot Harleys, I guess."
Damn.
Next up, next up
Noted.
is noted. Next up is going to be Margot.
Let's go ahead and let's aim for a weak spot again. So precise strike. We're gonna use.
Do you want to go for the wound that Callista created?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'll roll half. Oh my god.
Oof. How many? Damn, girl.
My
A
rolls are
4.
broken today.
You are gonna level up.
Yeah, that is a bad roll. I'm trying to see.
I think I'm running away.
We're just speed running a level up. That's all this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's it.
you go in while she's down.
I just leveled. Thanks, fam.
You go in while she's down and she's twitching, and the moment you make contact with her, you feel that the energy is dangerous. She quite literally swats you away before you really get any damage on her. And you take 2 harm, and she, with the force of just moving her arm away from you, she careens you into the wall near where Flebs was. But you can tell she's unstable. The energy she's emitting is rapidly outdoing her body as she screams. Next up is Jimmy.
Did we skip Jericho?
No, Jericho was... Oh, wait, is Jericho before you? Oh, sorry. I thought he did a...
Oh, yeah, I rolled a 6.
Oh, no, you're right. You rolled a 6. Sorry, Jericho.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're up.
Yeah, you rolled 6. Yeah.
I'm good to, like, still act, right? Jericho isn't, like, too exhausted. Yeah, awesome.
Nope, you're good.
Cool. Shit. Jericho will fire the pistol at it.
Okay. Anything imbued in the pistol or just the pistol? Let's see what we get.
The pistol, would that be a kick some ass roll?
It would.
Kick some ass?
Yep.
Oh, weird.
No. No, using necrotic bullet. No, weird roll. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry, which one are you saying yes to?
Because I didn't hear the first bit of that. All right. Yeah, you aim for the spot in the wound, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
And something happens. We've talked before about the idea of there being actions and consequences in magic. And one thing we haven't talked about is the concept of a legacy. And to some people, the legacy is having a child, like Margot. It can be making friends and lifelong bonds, like what Jimmy's done. It could be the love you create for yourself, like Callista and Flebs. And in your case, Jericho, it's memories. Because the bullet you fired in that chamber was no ordinary bullet. In a remarkable show of foresight, it seems Dennis Rowe planned everything. Because he imbued that bullet with something very special that he had been researching for a long time. Something we will talk about in our next session. He used big magic. And Jericho, he had been channeling that for a long, long time. It was a god-killing spell. And it landed exactly where it needed to. Exactly when it needed to. Exactly how it needed to. And it seems that those last words, after all, who would I entrust it to, still linger on. As the shot hits the concierge in the side, her body shivers and shakes as she stands upright once more before every visage of that energy leaves her. And she is left shaking as she drops to her knees. And her body crumbles into stone.
God, I love Dennis. Oh, I'm sad again.
Oh, I was hoping you would shoot the gun. Bravo, everybody. Bravo. I had that song right as well.
Wow,
I fucking love.
Yeah, the song, it dropped right when you said memories, and it was so cool. I literally like leaned back in my chair and went, God.
Bro, I'm an actor, and I am good with my timing. Hang on a minute. Let's get the right. Let's just really make this special. Let's get your victory song out, guys. This is your victory fanfare. Well done, everybody. You just killed someone. Hooray!
We beat up the girl.
Good job, everyone.
We down the raid boss, you guys.
I think I'm just offsetting this because I don't want to cry. Yeah, you her body's beginning to turn to stone, but the head is still functioning, and Jericho's looking at you, like with what is left of her energy. I think she wants you to approach. I think you're all probably approaching her now and standing around her as the clouds begin to clear. And she smiles and says, "Look at you all. What was it, a month ago that you had trouble with number 6? And now you just beat me. Man. What is there you can't do?"
Oh, maybe you guys just suck at your jobs.
Maybe, but when you're sloth, you tend to be lazy. My colleagues aren't like me. Imagine me, but motivated. But that's always been my sin.
What was the other ones? Wait, what was the other ones?
Are we allowed
don't
to
die
ask
yet.
her questions?
You probably have 3 chances. That's probably all I'm gonna give you because she is dying.
Go for it, Jericho. You're first.
So, okay. So, you guys have a thing here. Sloth. Nice to meet you. Who was 6 again? Like, like the little emotion thing. I don't give a fuck what their actual name was.
So I'll give you that. I'll give you that one for free because that's. I'm not gonna make you. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. She looks at you and says, "Oh, well, that's JJ."
Yeah, but what if you're Sloth? What is
Who was he?
Oh, sorry.
God, your head, your brain's still in there, isn't it?
You're gonna really mock a dying.
Don't trash talk them while they're dying.
You're gonna mock a
Jericho. We
dying
need
girl,
answers.
Jericho. I could just not answer. I could just die. I mean,
No,
don't you
they have no incentive
I
to
will-
answer. Be nice.
Hey, Jericho, don't you have
in
to?
that juju bag?
Jericho, don't you have to go in like 2 minutes?
Don't you have to leave?
Oh shit.
You all are terrible at interrogation.
Shut up, Callista. I'm really.
No one's had any practice, Callista.
Well, actually, real quick, what do you think, JJ's sin would have been? So, envy, gluttony, greed,
Envy.
pride, wrath, or anger, avarice. Yeah, it's envy. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Envy. Of course, that's why he tried to get everybody's attention. The greed. Well, I guess a little bit of greed too, but he really wanted everyone to look at him. Oh.
Margot doesn't read subcontext that well. Thank you, Jericho.
I appreciate you being honest with this. Someone else take the other 2 questions.
Flebs might have one.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Just because the concierge was kind of like.
You still have 3, by the way. You have 3, not 2, because that was free. Because I don't think you'd need to roll for information you already would have had. Just to be fair.
Oh, okay.
So go ahead. Sorry, Flebs.
Hey, Ed, I noticed you were kind of always smirking at me, sort of like you knew something I didn't. Is there something that you know about me that I don't?
Roll to manipulate someone.
All right.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. She looks at you and says, "Nautilus, he told me all about you. About your life. What you went through. Yeah, There is something I know about you, Flebs. But it's not my place to tell you it outright, so I'm gonna just say this. You aren't what you think you are.
Okay.
Who's next?
No one else is gonna go. I'll go again.
Yep, okay.
All right. Following on the heels of Fleb's question. Hey, where's my goddamn hand?
Ooh. You would need to roll that's with the just with the whatchamacallit, the moth, right? That's just there. They would give it back to you when all's said and done. I just assumed that they were going to do that anyway. You already passed the trial. Like, she looks at you, but you've asked this.
Here
So
I am handless.
But roll. You can roll to manipulate someone. She's just going to be very confused. But yeah, sure. If that's your question.
I don't want to burn a question. I want to burn a question on that, but it's not even up to her.
Things she would know about, just to help you guys along. Obviously, what she is, Sturgeon's current situation, what the fractals are, stuff like that. That's the stuff that she's going to be able to answer for you. Things like where is Jericho's hand are probably beyond the realms of her understanding.
Does anyone else have a
Callista,
question?
sounds like you might have something.
Yeah, Callista, go for it.
Yeah, I was gonna have Callista.
Ooh, I
ask
think
her,
I know. Go on.
Oh, well, maybe not. I don't know. I feel like I won't ask anything too insightful, but the other sins, do they have anything to do with the gate you were talking about earlier?
Roll to manipulate someone. I thought you were going to ask. It was your voice. I thought you were doing the Callista has a big moment ready voice. We will be done in about 10 minutes, by the way, just in case. I would love to do the funeral scene today as well, but we won't for the sake of Jericho's Trevin's time. But we will be done with this in a few minutes, if that's cool. She looks and kind of gives you a smirk and says, "They might, but I think your previous and current masters would be able to help you more than I can. So how about you tell me something about you first? Do you miss your old family?"
Callista kind of like startles, like she wasn't expecting that, and her wings kind of like extend slightly. And she kind of gathers herself a bit quickly, and her expression hardens again, and she says, "Often I do think about them, yes, but they betrayed me in the end, so I haven't forgiven them for that yet."
You think they betrayed you? How would you even know? Do me a favor, Callista. When you're alone, try picturing their faces and ask yourself what you see. But with regards to the seals, each one of them has a seal, and each one of them is trying to break it. I broke mine, so my job's done. Last question. Jericho, you want to ask it? Or I'm guessing Jimmy and Margot are just going to chill?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Honestly, as they're asking questions, Jimmy's just walking closer.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Where are the rest of the fractals?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, roll to manipulate someone. I can't see your roll, Jericho.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't see it.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. She is beginning to turn to stone and says, "One is in a fighting pit. The other is with the angels and the demons. And the last one's waiting at the obsidian pillar. Good luck." And she turns to stone, and the clouds depart as something within them goes with them, and she is gone.
Right as she finished talking,
Mhm.
Chewy just steps on the head and crushes it.
Absolutely. Love that.
Ooh.
Well, you would be kicking...
Ooh.
She's on her
I'm
knees.
sorry, not Chewy, Jimmy. I'm sorry.
She's on her knees, so you'd be kicking the head off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I just
Cool.
done.
Beautifully done. Yeah. You guys beat your first, or I guess second big boss, technically speaking. Bravo. As I said, I would love to do the funeral scene to wrap this arc up properly, but it would take another 15-20 minutes. And Jericho, I just conscious of your time.
I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay
Okay.
today. They can wait.
Love you,
Okay.
Jericho.
Okay, we appreciate that.
Love
All
you
right,
guys
so
too.
let's roll forward. It has been I'm gonna say half a day. Everyone pull your harm back to 0, please. Margot, where were you at when this battle ended? Just real quick, were you just unstable?
I was at 5.
Okay, so you were pretty banged up. So
Yeah, I was pretty fucked up.
you've got actually what was everyone's harm actually at the end of this? No, let me check that real quick. So 5 for
I'm at
Margot,
4.
4 for Callista,
I had 4.
4 for Flebs,
I had 4 as well.
4 for Jimmy. Jericho.
Jericho at 3.
Okay,
That makes sense.
Jericho,
'cause
you
Margo's
have the
still a
typical
human.
anime patch of your like under your eye, and like you got like some bandages. Margot, you your right arm is totally bandaged up and your ribs are bandaged. Jimmy, you fractured several of your ribs. And Callista, even though you didn't want to, your ribs are also bandaged up and you separated your shoulder and there's a couple of cuts as well. You're all banged up as fuck. And you finish being looked after by Endicott. It's let's say it's been half a day. Maybe actually no, let's make it a day and a bit. And each of you is been staying at the Order of the Moth's lodgings. And when you have rested and eaten and everything else, you congregate downstairs, and it's twilight. And Lily Quinn is there, and she has laid out several black robes. And she says, "Before we go, we would like you to wear these so that you're one of us when we say goodbye. It is customary for everyone who is a member or a friend of the Order to wear something of our own." And on the back of the cloaks is a moth emblazone. I'm guessing you're all happy to wear them?
Sure.
Yeah, Margot goes to grab one.
Jericho put it on.
Jimmy will put it on as well.
Out of respect, yes.
Yeah, each of you, they're all catered to you very well. So Callista, yours has cutouts for the wings. Flebs, yours is designed to go well with your ensemble, and there's a little hood for Julia so she doesn't get cold. Margot, yours is like leathery to match your ensemble. Jericho, yours is just like a jacket to kind of go with yours, and it's got a pin which has the moth on it. And Jimmy, they've given you a very appropriately sized one, and they've actually given you 2 because they wanted to know if you wanted to wear your human form or your Sasquatch form. They wanted you to be truly comfortable.
Oh, I have the bracer back on, so it'll be in human form.
Okay. You all go down from the from where you're staying, and you see a funeral pyre. in the center of a clearing, with a funnel, like attached to the like to the top. It's kind of strange. It's floating there, but it's like this huge funnel. And Endicott is waiting patiently and quietly, and he's very unlike his usual sort of stoner, wild self. He's very morose, and very, very, I would say, reserved as you will come along. And it becomes very obvious to you the reason for this is that he is the one who is going to be delivering the ceremony rites. And the Magister, he shakes your hand and reminds you that, you know, you will all talk after, which we're going to put as part of the interlude. And everyone is there. Payne Gunkerson is there. Willem is there. Mueller is there. A lot of people have turned up for this, and a lot of mages and wizards are all gathered as Endicott gets everyone to the comfortable, and he begins the proceedings, very similar to what you did with Byrne, and says, magic is a word that has been utilized in culture to explain the unexplainable. It is a way for us to quantify things that we do not have words for. Love, friendship, the bonds that tie us together are like that. To me, to many of us, they are magic. And that is why we are gathered here today, to celebrate the ties that bind us in life and in death. As most of you will be aware, a spellslinger's body is sacred. It is a miracle it exists in the first place, and given to the wrong hands could cause untold destruction. And so in the tradition of our forefathers, we send them back to the cosmos, from whence they return. And we give them into the arms of Lady Death. May their spirits find restitute and respite across the plains into the unknowable realms, guided by her swift hand. And he invites, Jericho, he invites you if you want to say a few words about Dennis.
Jericho will stand up and make his way in, where guidance. Dennis Rowe was he was my first ally, my closest friend. Everything that Misfit kind of could have wanted after killing his uncle, accidentally. He was like our old master said, a phenomenal spellslinger, an even greater man. He embodied everything the Moth should continue to strive for, what we were founded for, and the hope that he ultimately decided was worth giving his life up for all of Sturgeon. I'm sorry, a raccoon just climbed across my window, so it kind of freaked me out for a second.
Oh.
And Endicott looks at you and is like, I think the grief is overtaking him. There are no windows or raccoons, but you know that is what computer dust can do to someone.
Metaphorically.
Metaphorically.
We do lots of things when we're grieving.
This will be missed. But the rest of us here, everyone who knew him, will carry his spirit forward. It's for Sturgeon. To Sturgeon. Like he would have wanted. And again, thank you all for being here. And he looks at the nightmare text.
And Endicott looks to you, Callista, and asks if you would want to do the rites for Lady Death in his stead.
Callista nods and stands up and walks to the front. And as she performs them, just like she did with Baron, she kind of imbues some of her grace in a final guiding touch to the forehead, and just says, "May you have a peaceful journey into the other world, my friend. Thank you for protecting him."
And so I ask that we all gather our hands together and send our last energy towards the pyre and give Dennis the send-off he deserves. For he was loved, so he shall be missed. And you will gather in a circle, and Jericho, I think it's only appropriate, you fire the bullet into the pyre. And as the stars gather overhead, a wondrous sea of flames of all colors begin to burst forth. And for the last time, as we close out this arc, you hear the dulcet tones of Claire de Lune. And you all look around at your friends, the people you've met here over the last few weeks. Paint Gunkerson and his strange paint accessories emporium, who ended up branching out and going into Sturgeon, had a huge market. You think of Byrne. You think of Robin and Grandma and the Doctor in the tent city that you couldn't save. The broadcast tower that got consumed. You think of Willem, who's probably going to get a promotion. You'll have to find out, as does Mueller. Two of the hardest working people in the Hotel Inertia. Lily Quinn and Nolan, the Arbiter, even though you have only just met them, you get a sense they're trying to fight for the right things, as is Magister Coriolanus, even though he's misguided. So many people. Such complex lives. All of them impacted by your decisions, your actions, your kindness. And Nishandra and Kruger, battered and bruised, take your side with Wendy and Amelia. People that you helped, you saved from horrible, unspeakable fates. And you sit quietly as you watch the body of Dennis Rowe consumed by the flames, and something beautiful happens. Because I told you that a spellslinger's body is sacred, and that magic leaves traces. Well, you will find out that there is a very good reason magic leaves traces. Because everybody, every single form of life is sacred. It's beautiful, it's complex, it's wild. But one that can channel the spells within it, it's like watching fireworks go off. And the stars twinkle overhead as one more soul gets ferried over to the unknowable realms with Lady Death. And after a long and tiring journey, the Nightmare Detectives can conclude their investigation into the Hotel Inertia. And for a moment, despite the threats looming overhead, they can take a breather and remind themselves that while they didn't save everybody, they impacted everybody.